Fuck Santa Claus. Fuck Santa Claus. Fuck Santa Claus. I like holidays, but I don't like you. Especially when I found out I'm being lied to. What's up, little peoples? I'm calling this the Baby Do edition. I'm doing this especially for our young folks, because this is the time of year when they work a lot of voodoo on our little people to seduce y'all into a bunch of bullshit. So, I'm adding a link to an article done in the Kemet Click about Santa Claus and his Ku Klux Klan origins. So if your parents really love you, they'll read that to you as a bedtime story. But also as far as this whole Christmas and birth of Jesus and all that stuff, what this season and all of this really represents is the winter solstice, which is when the Earth reaches its highest point in its yearly evolution around the sun. So on December 21st, which is known as the winter solstice, the Earth reaches the highest point above the sun, and it appears as though the sun is at its lowest point, and we stay in this position for about 3 days. And then on the 25th, which is more commonly known as the birth of Jesus, is actually what a lot of people consider to be the rebirth of the sun, or is actually the continuation of the Earth's rotation around the sun. But that's what that's really about. And again, the information is there. If your parents want to argue it, you can look it up. You know what I'm saying? If you know how to use Google or other reference materials. But that's what it is. So, just trying to keep y'all a little more focused on what's really going on instead of this illusion. But also, a lot of things going on in the world that will affect y'all one way or another. To some of you older little people, a lot of you have been seduced into the world of drugs. And, just letting y'all know it's not what these rappers make it out to be, that it's just about money and feeling good. It destroys your life. If you look at a lot of people out in the streets, not just people out in the streets, we got people up in homes and with nice jobs who have drug addictions, but it's gradually destroying their lives. So, where these trap songs and trap music might make it glorified, is reality a part of a major part of our current destruction. So, to the best you can, don't get caught up with your peers trying to, get you to try it, whatever, whatnot. Talk to your parents about it. Hopefully your parents will have that line of communication open to talk to you realistically about it and the devastating effects it will have on you for the rest of your life, if you are fortunate enough to continue having a life, because a lot of people overdose. So all the negative stuff you see, people doing who deal with drugs, that's where a lot of people end up. So that's not the route to take. Pimping and hoeing, that's not the route to take. Again, you got a lot of music out now telling you that's a cool, gravy lifestyle, but it's actually destruction. A lot of women out there living that lifestyle, psychologically, physiologically, emotionally become destroyed, physically become destroyed. That's not the business, As more brothers wake up and become conscious and find other opportunities, gradually more brothers will start, leading women and children in a more progressive direction. First and foremost, helping to raise families, helping to build businesses with our women. But again, that's the type of music corporate America, white America will finance and then bombard you with to make you think, that's the business and that's what you need to do. And also with gangbang, I'm not going to say we don't need to be tribal, because we do need to be tribal, but as far as the direction they have gangbanging going today, self-destructive, preying on their own people, you figure Police forces rose out of gangbanging. Militaries rose out of gangbanging. Republicans and Democrats rose out of gangbanging. But again, it has to come to where we are organizing with more conscious efforts to be in support of our people, you know, to be of benefit to our people, not, you know, just the terrorists of our own people. So again, you know, those are just some of the things I want y'all to think about, you know, as I make this special Baby Do edition. I also want to share for some of the little folks the mental Messiah rendition of the ABCs, you know, because we figured the rhythms of that Oompa Loompa version, you know, wasn't necessarily good for our people. So the brother came up with another version. I want y'all to sing it with me. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now y'all say it. So there you go. That's the mental Messiah rendition. So go ahead and make y'all videos, share it with me. I want to see who's paying attention real quick. I want y'all to count with me also. We're going to count to 10. Y'all ready? Are you ready? All right, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's count backwards. Y'all ready? Come on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Black power, that's right, great job. So, you know, I want y'all to put up a video of that too, showing me that, you know, you got your numbers down. You know, we got letters, we got numbers, we got shapes, we got colors, all that great stuff. You know, maybe this year, 2018, we'll put more time into developing some learning resources for our little peoples. You know, we've been dealing with a lot of the political issues some of you aren't yet familiar with, but hopefully by the time y'all grow up, you won't be dealing with a lot of the same issues, at least not in the same state we're in. You know, if you are left with a lot of problems we got today, 15, 20 years from now, you know, my bad. We're doing the best we can, but we are up against a very powerful opposition, and unfortunately, they have a lot of our people under their control to sabotage our efforts. So, you know, 50 years from now, if you find yourself fighting the same battle we fought, that was fought in the 60s, and that Marcus Garvey fought back in the early 1900s, then, you know, that's part of the reason. But we do love y'all. We want the best for y'all. And just briefly, as far as the other news and information, I'm adding links to that for everybody else. This past week, you know, well, for several weeks leading up to this past week, we've been pointing out how weekly 20-some people have been getting caught up in this genocide by cop. But last week, as of now, we are finding it was only 3 people, and it's been about 5 days. So I don't know if the site we've been monitoring just hasn't updated the past few days, but as of now, it appears as though there were only 3 people taken out last week. But we will continue to monitor that. But for the most part, little people, you know, again, we love y'all. We want the best for y'all. So, you know, enjoy, listen to your parents, and be great. Black power.